What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich with popular guest Steve Mahala, I should say. Let's get this right. Let's definitely get this right.
No one throughout my entire life, no one has gotten my last name right the first time.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Steve, what are we here to do today?
UCL third qualifying round.
Predictions and
very, very good games. Very good games.
We have a little competition going on where who gets the most right at the end of the predictions will have to buy the other person a shirt, a jersey of their choice. For me, I want the Man City away kit, and Steve wants a Newcastle home kit or what, some Newcastle kit. The kit for the new Newcastle team, not the old one, the new one. So we have 12 fixtures, 12 ties to actually predict today. And we're going to keep it as short as we could. And we're going to let you know the teams we feel will move on to the next round, which is the final round, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is the playoff round. So without further ado, let's get into this. What we're going to do really quick is just give you a quick explanation of how the third round works, where there's a champion's path. There's 6 teams in the champion's path, and there's a league path where I actually said 12, but it's actually 10. Pardon me. There's 4 more teams waiting in the next round.
Copenhagen is one of them.
I remember Copenhagen, and I can't remember the other teams, but we're not gonna jump too far ahead.
Trabzonspor. Was another one.
We're not gonna go too far ahead into the next round.
Yeah.
But there's 4 more teams waiting in the next round because there's 6 spots available for the Champions League group stage. So the Champions path, we have Maccabi Haifa coming up against Apollon Limassol, Qarabağ versus Ferencvaros, Ludogorets versus Dinamo Zagreb, Sheriff Tiraspol versus Viktoria Plzen, Bodo Glimt versus Žalgiris, Crvena Zvezda versus Pyunik. And in the league path, right, before we move on to the league path, the losers of the Champions path will go into the Europa League playoffs, while for the champions, the league path, the Champions path, they go into the Europa League playoffs. And for the league path, the losers here of the Monaco PSV Eindhoven, Dynamo Kyiv, Sturm Graz, Union Saint-Gilloise versus Rangers, and the Benfica versus Midtjylland, the losers go directly into the Europa League. So we want to get that one clear so you guys understand how this thing works. So look, we don't want to draw this out any longer, so we're going to get into the predictions right now. And I just want to pull up the fixtures right now and get it cracking. So we're going to start with the Moldovan team in Sheriff coming up against the Czech team in Viktoria Plzen. So how are you feeling about this one, bro?
It's going to be tricky, and I think once again, I'm going to give the edge to Sheriff, to be honest. They just always find a way. I feel comfortable with Sheriff in high-scoring games, low-scoring, in the middle. Ultimately, I think this is going to be a little bit more high-scoring, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised to see Sheriff make the game ugly, have it a 1-0, advance over 2 legs, which I think they've done the past 2 previous rounds.
Okay.
I think Sheriff they're gonna do it again.
All right. So you're going with Sheriff, all right? And for me, I'm actually gonna take Plzen.
Oh wow. Okay.
and from my analysis, I realized that Plzen have been scoring a lot of goals.
Yes, they have.
Yeah, so far this season.
5
yep.
Against HJK.
Yeah, they haven't really been conceding a lot of goals either. So in attack, they look good.
That's a good recipe.
Yeah, in defense, they look good. But on the other hand, if you check the matches for Sheriff, they've all been very low-scoring games, which means that they have been struggling with scoring goals. But even though they're defensively sound, they still struggle to score goals, and I think they will against Viktoria Plzen, who look like a unit that's already gelling so far
Yeah.
this season. So I'm gonna go with Victor Pilsen and
Mm.
Sheriff to go down into the Europa League playoffs. Yeah, I
I thought Sheriff looked okay on Saturday.
yeah,
I watched the game on
I've been picking Sheriff, but
Yeah.
I think they drew their game if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they drew their game on Saturday against.
Yeah.
It was in Balti. It was. I forget who it was, but they did draw.
So
Zimbabwe.
I think a lot of these teams have been rotating their sides on the weekend as well. So let's keep that in mind. So for the first tie, I'm going with Pilsen. You're going with Sheriff, and all the best to both teams. We're gonna keep it moving, and this one is a big one. Ludogorets of Bulgaria coming up against Dinamo Zagreb of Croatia. How are you feeling about this one?
Give me Ludogorets to advance. Actually.
Oh, you're going with Ludogorets?
I'm not getting burned. I'm not getting burned by them again. No, I'm not, man. I'm not. I'm gonna take a chance on them. No, I think this is a very very close tie. This is truly 50-50 on paper. I think that slightly Ludogorets have looked a little bit better than Dinamo Zagreb to me. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna just slightly edge it to Ludogorets.
All right, so I'm gonna actually go with Dinamo Zagreb here. I like that we're picking different teams, and from my analysis, once again, Ante Kakic and his boys have looked pretty solid this season. They're unbeaten. They came off of a big win against Istra over the weekend, and they've looked solid. And when you look at their lineup, they have some capable match winners. Mislav Orsic comes to mind, and he played over the weekend, which means that they're getting Mislav Orsic oiled and ready. Ariana Demi seems like he's fitter than ever. They have a young defender by the name of Shutalo. He's been doing very, very well.
From Atalanta, who they just purchased.
Bruno Petkovic got some rest. So, I think Dynamo, I was actually tempted to go with Ludogorets because I've been picking Ludogorets to win. Yeah. But I'm gonna go with Dinamo Zagreb here. The boys in blue to go and do their thing, man. So So this one is very, very difficult, and that's the Monaco versus PSV tie.
I'd argue this is the hardest one.
Yeah, it is hard.
This is the hardest one because I watch these two teams very, very regularly in league play, a lot more than I do Sheriff and all that.
So what you got? I got some info on both teams.
I'm going PSV.
You're going PSV. Okay.
Even though Ligue 1 is my favorite league to watch.
Why are you going PSV?
I'm going PSV because I think even though Noni Madueke is injured for 5 months, the very talented young Englishman, they have goals all around them. They've got Cody Gakpo, who I think is far too good for at least the Eredivisie. He's a Champions League quality player.
Yeah.
So I think Cody Gakpo is one of those guys. I really like the addition of Luke de Jong. I think he can be very good for them. I really like their goalkeeper too, Walter Benitez. He did concede 3 on the weekend against Ajax in a 5-3. Absolutely great. I'm telling you, that game on Saturday was probably one of the best I've watched this season, even though it just started. But I'm gonna go PSV slightly. I'm very impressed.
So for me, I am gonna go with PSV as well. And just to give a little insight here, Monaco is currently managed by Philippe Clement. They brought in Takumi Minamino and Breel Embolo. They look very stacked, They have youngsters like Benoit Badiashile in defense.
Badiashile's so good.
Yeah, they have a few other very, very good young players. Bernardo Mbappe. Mbappe. All these guys.
Thierry Henry played for Monaco.
Bakayoko. Most recently, all these crop of players, very good crop of players, came through. But what impressed me for PSV is Ruud van Nistelrooy is now the manager, and he's been around the PSV setup for quite some time through the youth ranks and everything. And he was a manager before, now he's a manager again. And they smashed a decent-looking Ajax team, even though Ajax is without Ten Hag and a few of their mainstays, they still look very, very
They
strong.
upgraded.
Greg,
Ajax Bergwijn.
when you look at the Ajax defense of Timber, Wrench, and Windall, that's some good young players in the back
and
there,
Deli Blind
along with Blind,
with the experience.
And they got smashed up. Gustill, who was brought in from Spartak, scored a hat trick.
He's a good player.
You have Cody Gakpo and Luke De Jong, as you mentioned, and I was convinced by PSV though. Both teams are stacked up. I don't expect them to keep these players next summer after after the World Cup. So this one would be a mouth-watering fixture to tune into.
I think of all the ties, by the way, I think this will have the most goals of any. I could see this ending like 7-6, something crazy.
All right, let's see. So both of us are going with PSV. We're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna definitely keep it moving. We're doing well, Steve. And let's get into the Belgian team, Royal Union Saint-Gilloise. If I'm saying the name correctly, incorrectly, pardon me. But this is a team that has emerged, from second division, and just been doing well. And they come up against last season's Europa League finalists, Rangers, the runners-up Rangers. How are you feeling about this one?
Well, because I am a Rangers fan, so I'm a bit nervous because we slipped up last year against Malmo. And this year we get, in the same stage, we get a very good Belgian team who I watched a little bit. I probably 4 or 5 games of theirs last year. They're a very, very good counter-attacking team. Very good at utilizing their fullbacks, a strong, tidy midfield that get the ball around and get it to the right areas. Dennis Undav obviously left for Brighton, but they've got some really good players at Union Saint-Gilloise. I'm a little bit nervous, and especially because the home leg. Well, one thing that makes me a little less nervous about it is that at least the second leg is at Ibrox. So even if we lose 2-1 or something like that away in Belgium, we've done very well for ourselves when we.
All right.
So I'm going to go Rangers, but this is going to be very, very tough. I expect Saint-Gilloise to put up a huge fight.
Well, from my little analysis of Union Saint-Gilloise, which probably is the correct way to say this, they have a neat player by the name of Dante Vanzier.
Dante Vanzier, yes.
Yeah. And who was one of the danger men last season, and Dennis Undav, who was bought by Brighton. So Brighton, acquired a very clinical in the Belgian league. I don't know how good he's going to be in the Premier League, but they sold him. So I think they kind of sold their best player, in my opinion. One thing that we have to notice about this Belgian team is last season they were managed by Felice Mazou, and now they have a new manager in Mr. Gerrard. So I think that will change the dynamic. And when you look around the team, no notable faces or any names that you recognize. They're just an unknown entity that could be an element of surprise as well for a team like Rangers. But even the Rangers have sold off a few of their stalwarts. They still have, guys like Scott Arfield and Tavernier and these guys, and they look good still, and they've recruited well.
Yilmaz, for a Calvin Bassey replacement. Keep an eye on that kid. Extremely good defensive left.
Antonio Choliak as well was brought in, who I think was playing in the Danish league for some time.
No, he was playing for PAOK in Greece.
Yeah, but he was in the Danish league, I think, before. Sorry. I think he used to play for Copenhagen, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So they've brought in a few players, and Giovanni Van Bronckhorst is the manager, and I think he's gonna do a good job with this Rangers team, who is still very, very strong. I don't think they sold the core of the team. They just made some money on a few players, maybe a close to maybe 50 mil. And I'm gonna go with Rangers. Here. Yeah. I know we went off a little on this one, but I think this one needed a little bit insight and background as well.
Right.
So we're gonna move into the next one. So we both pick Rangers. We both pick PSV. let's see how we're gonna feel about this one as we get halfway into this video right now. Benfica versus Midtjylland. What you got?
I got Benfica. I definitely got
Yeah,
Benfica in
what I mean.
this. I
Yeah,
haven't been impressed with Midtjylland of the games that I've watched of them this season. I really haven't. They've got good players, but I think they're very, very badly underperforming, to be honest.
yeah.
I'm gonna go Benfica in this one.
I feel the same way. And for Benfica, they did sell a few players, but they brought in Enzo Fernandez, David Neres as well, and a young defender by the name of João Victor, along with the veterans of
Otamendi.
Otamendi and what's it, Jan Vertonghen.
Right.
There's the guys like João Mario and
Ronaldo.
Grimaldo, who I've seen in the rumor mill. There's Rafa Silva, Andre Almeida. The veterans are still there. Vlachodimos, in goal. He's a very, very good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And, this Benfica team is going to be very, very, very difficult to beat.
Yeah.
And a player that we got to look out for is Roman Yaremchuk as well, who's been, on fire over the last year and a half. So, I'm going for Benfica. Midtjylland has not impressed me. They barely scraped through the last round, and I think
this could be one of the more one-sided times.
Yeah, Benfica is gonna get the better of them, in my opinion. So we're definitely going to keep it moving, and we're gonna get into the Wednesday fixtures. And let's start with the one between Qarabağ and Ferencvaros here, man. How you feeling? You've been heavy on Qarabağ so far.
I picked both of them all the way through, so I'm gonna change one of them.
How you feeling about this tie?
This is one of those where it's so close, and both teams are very good at home. I'm gonna go Ferencvaros for the sole reason that the second leg is at home, so that they can recover from whatever happens in Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
This team has plenty of pieces and plenty of guys to be a Champions League. They've got plenty.
Champions League caliber players, you want to say? Right?
Yeah.
I think this prediction is fighting you, man. It don't want to come out. I think you should stick to Qarabağ.
I'm going Ferencvaros.
All right, okay. So just a little info for Ferencvaros, they got past Tobol and Slovan Bratislava so far in the tournament, and for Qarabağ they got past Lech Poznan and Zurich, and they actually Qarabağ was in the UCL in 17-18. Ferencvaros, I think Ferencvaros made the UCL recently
in the group with Dinamo, Kyiv, and Barcelona, and there's one more name missing.
Yeah. So just some very, very good tidbits. I want to spice it up, make it very, very interesting, right? For Qarabağ, their coach's name is Kurban Kurbanov. He's 50 years old, and the man has been in charge since 2008. And this is very, very interesting. He has a son that plays for the team as well. He's a striker. He has 8 titles and 5 cup wins. So he knows his way around this team. He knows this team very, very well. This is his heart and soul. For Ferencvaros, Stanislav Chechesov, the former Russian manager, Adama Traore and Isa Laidani are the standout players. And I'm sticking with Ferencvaros. I have not picked Qarabağ so far in this tournament. I'm going with Ferencvaros because I just think they have more, explosiveness and, a little bit more quality. But I will not take Qarabağ lightly. I think they could still spring a surprise. So I'm going to go with Ferencvaros here. So we both pick Ferencvaros.
Yeah.
So, look, we're going to keep it moving. And let's talk about the Bodo Glimt Žalgiris tie. The Norwegian champs versus the Lithuanian champs here. This one, I didn't write down any tidbits or anything because, I know what's going on and I know how I feel and who I want. And I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go with Bodo Glimt. It will be hard to go against Bodo Glimt after the smashing they put out in the last round there. So against Linfield, right? And it will be very difficult to go against them. But the Žalgiris team, has defied all odds. They have been the dark horse, the underdogs of this tournament so far, this qualifying tournament. And I won't be surprised if they get past Bodø Glimt. But this Bodø Glimt team is just, an emerging side that I really admire. And I'm going to have to go with the Norwegians.
Same here. I think they've got goals all around. I think that they've got a very offensive way of playing, and I think that's, I think it might be a little bit too much for Žalgiris, but Žalgiris, they'll make it tricky. This will be a very competitive 2 legs, I think.
Yeah, I think Žalgiris would give. I don't think they'll go through, and if they go down into the Europa League playoff, they'll give whoever they're gonna meet some problems.
Yeah.
So we're both going with Bodø Glimt there. We're doing well. We only got 3 left. Maccabi Haifa versus Apollon Limassol of Cyprus here. How you feeling?
I'm gonna go Maccabi Haifa slightly, just because I think they will, based off of how well they played.
Yeah, I am actually gonna go with Maccabi Haifa too, because getting past Olympiacos, that was a hell of a feat, man. Yeah. So look, I'm gonna give them a round of applause right now, because I don't know how they did it, but they look good across both legs. And in the second leg there, Francis Perro, the Haitian international, he represented for the Caribbean, man. I'm from the Caribbean, So,
there you go.
And we're from America, and he represented. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He represented.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna go with the Israeli team. They really, really surprised me, and I think they have the ability to go all the way to the Champions League group stage. I won't be surprised if they do it. Have they? I didn't look deep into their history. Do you know if they ever qualified for the Champions League?
I don't believe so, but they might have qualified for a European Cup.
I know Maccabi Tel Aviv was in the Champions League recently, but Haifa is doing a lot better than Maccabi Tel Aviv this year. So
actually, yes, they made the Champions League group stage in 2002-03.
It's been a while.
In 2009-10.
Oh, okay. It's been a while still. It's been a while. So
in 2003, they were in a group with Man United, Leverkusen, and Olympiacos. They finished third. And in 2009-10, they were in a group of death with Bordeaux, Bayern München, and Juventus. Bordeaux actually coming out on top.
Wow. That was one of the. Wait, what year did Bordeaux win the French league though? Was it
2008-09?
You see, so yeah, there you go.
Had a good
team.
So
we both go with Maccabi Haifa. We're gonna keep it moving. We are doing very well when it comes to time though. I like that. I like that. So Dynamo Kyiv versus Sturm Graz of Austria. Sturm Graz along with Apollon coming into the tournament for the first time. And how are you feeling about this one?
I'm actually gonna go Sturm Graz.
Ooh, let me cut you. Let me cut you quick right there. I did not pick Dynamo Kyiv in the last round, but I have to go with them because they surprised me. I thought they were going to be rusty, but it was the opposite. They look really good. They had opportunities they didn't take.
Yeah,
but I just don't like the look of the Austrian team, bro.
I do.
I just don't, bro. And I'm glad you pick them because I know Dynamo Kyiv. They're gonna come through. Mircea Lucescu.
Go on.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say one guy you got to keep your eye on is 19-year-old Danish striker Rasmus Højlund. He has 15 career appearances for Sturm Graz, 9 goals, 6 assists, and he's a very good player. They beat Red Bull Salzburg yesterday 2-1, courtesy of a Højlund brace.
Okay. Very good.
I underrated Sturm Graz at first, but honestly, I watched them on Saturday against Salzburg, and I was very impressed with what I saw. Very good.
I like the insight. I really like the insight. Solid. But the Fenerbahce team looked really good, and I was impressed by the roster and everything, but they just didn't take their chances, man. They missed the penalty. They didn't take their chances. So Dynamo Kyiv, A lot of quality there set up, you know what I'm saying? The names go on: Zabani, Karavayev, Shaparenko,
Yeah.
Shigankov, you know what I'm saying? And the list goes on. And Bushan is a very, very good
He
goalkeeper.
is.
And I think he's the one that got them through with some big saves. So I'm
Mm.
going to go with the Ukrainians, man. Against all odds, you know, through the whole war situation and everything,
Yeah.
I think they determined. So I'm going to go for them over Sturm Graz.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And I know I didn't pick them in the last round, but I'm going to go for them right now.
Okay.
Mircea Lucescu, by the way, is 77 years old.
We always talk about how old that guy.
I thought he was 75, but the man is very close to 80. There's no slowing down here, man. So give it up to Lucescu and Kyiv here.
Yes.
Last but not least, former UEFA Cup champions or European Cup champions,
yeah.
European Cup, UEFA European Cup champions. Let me correct myself. Let me not, get this mixed up. Red Star Belgrade or Crvena Zvezda of Serbia. The day my son was born, November 6th, I gotta make sure I get this right. November 6th, 2018, they beat Liverpool.
Liverpool,
they spanked Liverpool on that same day. Big up to Milan Pavkov, you know what I'm saying?
Pavkov.
Pavkov did his thing in that on that
Great
day.
game.
I think Antonio Marin was actually playing for them that
Marco Marin,
not Antonio. Marco Marin, the former Chelsea man, was playing for them. The former German international, right, was playing for them as well. So
they had a good team. Milan Borjan in goal too.
And he's still there.
And he's still doing there.
So just for some info, Red Star are first in the Serbian league with 4 wins in 4. They have 17 goals scored and 1 conceded. Pavkov with 5 goals. Yep. Pavkov with 5 goals. Alexander Katai, who was part of LAFC and LA Galaxy
and Chicago Fire. Yeah.
Yeah, he had some fire the other day with some controversial comments that I think his wife made.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, something, and he was picked up by Red Star, and he's been doing well. And they're currently managed by Serbian legend Dejan Stankovic. So Milan Bojan in goal still, of course. For Pyunik, they lost the first match of the season, but it was a heavily rotated Pyunik team. I think there was one player who played the last Champions League qualifying game in the 11. They're fresh and ready to go up against Red Star. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Red Star to advance. I think they've got some quality at center back, like Alexander Dragovic, who used to play in the Bundesliga. Pavkov obviously is a danger man. Alexander Katai.
Is that the Dragovic that used to play for Leverkusen?
Yes, it is.
Oh wow, okay.
So he went to Crvena Zvezda.
Yeah.
Then they've got some quality off the bench in Alfardu Ben, the Comoros striker. So I think I'm gonna go with them. I think the next little fairy tale run probably will come to an end here, but you never know. I am gonna go Crvena Zvezda.
Yeah, there's no way I could go against Zvezda in this one, and I'm gonna pick Zvezda to go over the Armenian champions here, Pyunik. And you got to give it up to Pyunik and Žalgiris for doing so well and getting this far.
Yeah.
And putting themselves in a very good position to get into the Europa League. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, even the Conference League. So give it up to them, man. But these are our picks. We managed to get it done under 30 minutes. And I'm very proud. Usually, we're live, but we didn't go live today. And we go on for an hour and we go down rabbit holes and go off other tangents and stuff, but we didn't choose to do that today. So 10 ties, 30 minutes, 3 minutes per tie. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. But look, Steve, bro, I love that we continue doing this. We're dedicated. Both of us went to work today. We were sleeping just before this. We got up and we made it happen. We got it done, man. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
So
Indeed.
I appreciate you coming through to do this again.
Of course.
And we're going to come back sometime during the week to talk about the first leg, of course. and to see where we're at when it comes to our scores. I'm 16 right now, and Steve is 19. He's leading by 3, and I'm hoping to catch up and to win myself a nice Man City away jersey. Oh man, with the
You mean
yellow.
the AC Milan kit?
Yeah, our
That's what
AC
it looks
Milan, retro
Fire.
Man City jersey.
Yeah.
It's fire, man. You know what I mean?
It is. It's a super nice shirt.
Definitely. So from Steve Mahala and your boy Dominic Rich, thanks for tuning in. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. Subscribe if you're new. Let us know all your picks in the comment section down below. And until our next one, peace out. Rich, squad. Peace. Oh, I even forgot to mention that VAR will be used. VAR, I didn't even mention that. Will be used in this round. So for those of you guys who got to the end, yeah, you got a little bit of info there when it comes to that one.